All right. Well, it is Friday, June 25th, and I'm going to check real quick because I want to get this right. My last, uh, my last video on my personal channel posted 3 weeks ago. It's actually probably longer than that. Let me see. May 28th. So like we're coming up on a month. What in the heck have I been doing for a month that I haven't uploaded anything new on my personal channel? So you might know that I actually run the video content marketing for Podia, which is an amazing SaaS app. It's software as a service. It's an all-in-one platform where creators can sell online courses, digital downloads, run memberships, and there's a lot of really cool stuff on the horizon for that. And I've been staying busy, doing stuff for them, keeping up with my output. Even did a really fun creative project that I decided to do on that platform. And so I've been publishing videos, but I haven't been, I created this whole workflow for myself for making personal content. And then the summer hit. And as soon as the summer hit, and I talked about this in my last video, as soon as the summer hit, I knew, oh gosh, I'm going to have to scale back. I'm going to have to figure some things out, reevaluate, because what I outlined for a schedule where my kids were in school all day. So now they were going to be home. And not only were they going to be home, but like we decided we were going to take full advantage of the fact that we have these kids at home. We have these jobs that are flexible where we get to work from home and we can spend time with them and together. And so I didn't want to take that for granted. And so I told myself, great that you have this ambition to publish, 3 videos a week, but maybe during the summer, especially during these, fleeting years when like you get this time with your kids before they grow up and graduate and move on, like maybe you scale back during those times. And so I thought, well, I'll just do the live stream and then maybe one video. And that has not happened either. And I know exactly why, so I'm going to share that with you in a moment. But I also want to talk about why I'm not giving myself a really hard time about it. I feel like the journey that I'm on with YouTube, building my platform in general, and a lot of that focus is building community on YouTube. I feel like it's in probably the most exciting place it's ever been. I feel like I've got a greater amount of clarity for the kind of content I want to make. And at the same time, I feel a lot of freedom to explore creating different kinds of content that don't necessarily have to fit within the specific thing that I've said my channel is about. And so like I can kind of work outside the box a little bit. I've got a lot of great project ideas that I'm really excited and eager to work on. And I think probably for the first time in all of the time that I've been on YouTube, I feel like I'm starting to become a part of a greater community of creators. And a lot of that has happened through the work that I've been doing with Podia. By the way, I just got to say, like, Podia as a company, we hit a huge milestone recently. There are 10,000 paying customers using the Podia platform to sell their products online and reach their customers, and that's super cool. Like just imagine that, 10,000 people. So that was super exciting. And then The founder actually surprised us this week with Friday off, and so I haven't had to work today. And they're also fitting the bill for all of us to have a meal with our families today, which is super cool, just as a way to celebrate that milestone. So anyways, there's so many things I love about the work I get to do with Podia, and one of them is that it's kind of introduced me to a community of creators, YouTube creators. And so now I'm a part of a couple of weekly meetups that I've been a little bit inconsistent with, but I love showing up. And then there's another channel, they do a live stream talking about, it's called Filmtopia. You should definitely check it out. Right now they're watching through the new Loki series and kind of picking that apart and talking about each episode. And so like I tune into that when I can, and that's so much fun. But they're not like a huge channel, and a lot of these other creators, like they're kind of around the same place I am in my YouTube journey, working on some of the same things. And so it's just really exciting. It's exciting to get to like see how they're doing and watch them work on things and try new tactics and that sort of thing. And one of my boys just walked in, and so I'm going to let him come here. Are you looking for the iPad? Yeah. Mama's going to use the iPad in a little bit, so you're going to have to wait.
No, she said I could use it until.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, it is here.
Thank you.
Here you go, bud. All right. So it's just a lot of fun to even when I'm not producing content, seeing the people that I'm connected with making content. It kind of like, it feels gratifying in a lot of the same way. So I'll Alana, I'll tell Hosea you said hi. He's just trying to sneak in and out. But it's gratifying in the same way that like sharing my own content is. So, but I did want to, like, coming into the summer, I did want to be more consistent with my personal channel. But the reason that I haven't been is exactly like, I know exactly what I did to get going. And when the shift happened in my schedule, this is kind of a pattern. If you look back up my channel, like anytime I've got a run of content and then I suddenly stop, it's almost always because there was some shift. So like the last one, I had a run of content and then the pandemic hit. So it's like stuff like that happens. And when those things happen, I either don't see it coming and I'm not prepared, or I do see it coming and I don't take the time to prepare. And what preparation looks like is really just like trying to understand as best I can what my new reality is going to look like, what the new schedule is going to look like, and then changing my process, even changing my output to match what I'm capable of in those new circumstances. Hey Keshna, it's great to see you here. I've been doing great. Oh gosh, I look like I might be getting teary-eyed, but I have allergies and this one eye has been bothering me. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't become distracting. So anyways, that's what happened this time. I actually could have anticipated that my schedule was going to change when all of the boys were home, because that happens every summer. But I didn't prepare for that. And so I have yet to actually sit down, look at my new schedule and figure out, okay, what what can my output look like in this new schedule? How much time do I have available? When can I do all of the things in my process to produce videos consistently? So that's number one on my list of things that I need to do before you start seeing new regular content here again. So I thought I would talk about that because I don't know, maybe you're like me and you have kind of this consistent pattern of like, the things that are outside of your control kind of shift and change. And so you have to reevaluate your schedule. I do really great inside of a routine. And so when my routine is messed up, if I don't take the time to make adjustments, it ends up throwing me off. Wow, this is really bad. Okay. I'm like getting a runny nose and stuff. And so that's what I need to do. But I'm not beating myself up about it. Like I said, I feel really excited about some of the things that I've been doing behind the scenes, community building. I'm still publishing videos for Podia, obviously, and every time I do that, and I've kind of messed with my my setup again in my studio. All of these little things are kind of things that I'm working on toward what I eventually want to be doing. But like, if I don't allow myself to be okay with taking this time with my family and giving them a little bit more of my attention, I know I'm going to regret that. And I've always, like I think about 5-10 years ago, and I feel a little bit of regret for not going a little bit more consistently, going harder with trying to build my channel. Because I know where I could be if I had done that. But I feel like the level of regret for that is way less than the level of regret I would feel if I weren't investing time in my family. And so, there's a lot of advice out there about like, do the things that you want to do and like, don't put it off because you might regret it or whatever. And I feel like sometimes the way that it's talked about, it's one of those things where it's like, you're either going to, do what you're passionate about and do what you love and avoid regret, or like you're going to not do those things and you're going to, end your life with tons of regrets. And I don't feel like that's really an accurate representation of how those kinds of choices work. Like, you're always going to be faced with a choice between one thing and another thing to some degree. Like, investing something in one place means that you can't invest as much attention and consistency in another place. And that's okay. That's like priorities. And so I think the thing that you have to ask yourself, and the thing that I've asked myself, is what will produce the most regret? Like, what is my priority? What is of these two things or of these three things or whatever? Like, if I take attention away from one and start putting it toward another, like, which one of those things is going to cause the least amount of regret? So I guess what I'm saying is I've accepted the fact that I'm going to experience some amount of regret, but I feel like that's offset by the joy and the fun and the meaningfulness of getting this fleeting time with my family. So that's what's going on. And then this week was a short week because I got the day off. And so next week I'll be doing a little bit of catch up. So I can't make any promises about like when the next video is going to publish, but I've got some fun ideas. So hopefully soon I'll be able to share those. I did sit down and I wrote a list of things that I would like to do to make my Friday live streams more exciting. And then also the reason I'm doing this now instead of at 4:30 Central Time, which is when I usually do the live streams, is my mom is in town. She's visiting from California. She's also been here, like she's been here for the past 2.5 weeks, and she's going to be staying with us for a little bit longer. And I don't get to see her very often, and so like that's another reason I've kind of just been scaling back a little bit, is so that I can spend a little bit more time with her and catching up. But she's watching the boys for us tonight, and Rachel, my wife, and I are gonna go out to see a movie in a theater for the first time in like forever. So that's gonna happen this afternoon instead of my normal live stream. So, but yeah, I have some fun things I'm gonna implement for the live stream. Have some fun things planned for the channel. I just need to. I guess I'll say this. I know that I can commit to next week sitting down for at least 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, and looking at my summer schedule and coming up with a plan for how I can do some sort of consistent content. And at the very least, come up with a plan for how I can be more consistent with my Friday afternoon stream, because I do want to show up to this every week, but I don't want to just turn on the camera and it be like the Ben show. I want to provide a lot of value. I want to answer questions. I want to make it entertaining. I want to make the Friday afternoon experience with my live stream something that people look forward to tuning into, because they know it's going to be fun and they're going to be able to connect with other people. So that's kind of the vision that I have for it. And yeah, I want to keep working on building that. And then also hopefully getting into a better rhythm of uploading other videos. So anyways, I just wanted to make this quick video to talk about some of that stuff, because it's been almost 4 weeks since my last video. So actually, I think it has been exactly 4 weeks. Wow. But that's okay. That's okay. We're not beating ourselves up. We are going to get back on the horse. We're going to enjoy the time that we have. And I hope you are having a wonderful summer wherever you are. And we'll see you next time.